Shalom. We're the Nebraska Watchmen. This is GMS Any Sit Down. Alright, first off, give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honesty elect, all you brothers out there teaching truth and sincerity. Okay? You're gonna say all not all praise to Lakia, but double honesty to the elders of GMS. Okay, specifically GMS. And once again, all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, but the topic today is what is the new moon according to the scriptures. Okay, because Nate, based off of Nate, the new moon jumps around. All right, the new moon jumps around. Okay, according to Nate, but Nate is going off the what, the Gregorian calendar. Okay, that calendar is not solidified. Not solidified. It's not solidified. It's not the calendar that we went according to in the Bible. According to, we don't go by that calendar basically, you know. I don't know how to put it in accurate words. You know. At the end of the day, the high holy days and the Sabbath is not according to the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar wasn't around when the scriptures were written. As far as the Old Testament is concerned, as far as the Sabbath is concerned, as far as Passover is concerned, with no Monday, Tuesday, January, February. Okay. Okay. Let's give me Amos first.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody get 1 Samuel chapter 20 verse 24. Yep. Let's go.
Amos 8:5, saying, "When will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn?"
All right, stop there. Give me the Sabbath service, Salakia. I know it's a lot, but give me the Sabbath service in the scriptures that you it's a day of rest that you're not supposed to buy and sell.
Exodus chapter 20 verse 7. 20 verse 8. Exodus 20:8. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
Yeah, so selling is a part of resting, you know what I'm saying? It's a part of, when I say selling is a part of resting, it's basically selling, not selling food, not working is a part of rest. Okay, so the scriptures, so the reason why I asked your brother to read that is why in Amos 8:5, saying, when will the new moon be gone that we may sell corn? Okay, why is that moon so significant? If the Sabbath not based off the moon. You know why? Because the new moon is based off the Sabbath. The new moon is the initiation of the day of rest. All right. Okay, that's the new moon. The new moon is the declaration of the Sabbath, the 7th day. Okay, and that's how it works. Okay, go ahead.
For in 6 days the Most High made heaven and earth, the sea and all that is them, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Most High blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Yep. So technically, Nate, you know, we just gonna keep it like this. Nigga, you going off. That's it. Alright, the Sabbath is the 7th day. The 7th day is declared by the new moon. Okay? That's how it works. Alright? And go back to Amos. Let's get back to Amos. Let's go.
Amos 8:5, saying, "When will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn, and the Sabbath, that we may set forth wheat, making the ephah small and the shekel great, and falsifying the balances by deceit."
Yeah, even though they're talking about going off, but they knew that the new moon declares the Sabbath, declares the 7th day, declares the day of rest. Okay, you can't. When the Most High said you come into this world, you gotta be born again. You can't go off the Gregorian calendar. You have to go off what the scriptures say. Okay, and what does the scripture say about the moon and the Sabbath. Okay, go ahead and yep.
Sirach 43:6. He made the moon also to serve in her season, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. For the moon is the sign of feast.
The moon is the sign of feast. Okay, the moon is the sign of feast. How do you declare when is the Passover? Because the Passover is synonymous with the Sabbath. Okay, if it goes off the Gregorian calendar, that means it's a clash. Because if you go off the Gregorian calendar and you gotta celebrate the Passover, then that means you gotta switch your way of calculation, because the Sabbath, the Passover is based off the month of Abib, the 14th day of the month of Abib. And if you go according to that calendar, that's a lunar calendar. So how can you celebrate the Passover correctly if you're going off the Gregorian calendar? You'll never get it right. Alright, you gotta choose either or, basically. But at the end of the day, the point of me saying that is, the month is called after a name, okay? Read that again, the feast, that's a feast day.
From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreases in her perfection.
Read it from the top.
Okay, Ecclesiastes 43:6. He made the moon also to serve in her season, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world.
And a sign of the world. A declaration of times. Okay? That's talking about basically prophecies, astrology. Okay, go ahead.
From the moon is a sign of feast, a light that decreases in her perfection.
Sign of feast. Okay, let you know when the feast days are. The first day, second day. When they say on this day, the 14th day of Abib. Okay, that's according to what? The moon. Okay, don't you know that the Sabbath has something to do with that? Okay.
I got a preset.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. This is Ezra, chapter 3, verse 4. They kept also the Feast of Tabernacles, as it is written, and offered the daily burnt offerings by number, according to the custom, as the duty of every day required, and afterwards offered the continual burnt offering, both of new moons and of the set feasts of the Lord that were consecrated. Consecrated, and of every one that willingly offered a free will offering unto the Lord.
Yep, there you go. Most of the time you hear about the Sabbath, you hear about the new moon. Okay? You can't just ignore that, Nate. Alright? You got more to that?
Yep.
Good.
The month is called after her name.
The month is called after her name. Okay? The word moon comes from the word month. I mean, the word month comes from the word moon. Okay? Go ahead.
Increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven.
Okay. Now let's get that other precept, the Samuels.
I got something real quick right here, because he said the month's called after his name.
Go ahead.
It's Numbers 10:10. It says, also in the day of your gladness and your solemn days, in the beginning of your months, ye should blow with trumpets over your burnt offerings and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings, that they may be with you, that they may be to you for a memorial before your power. I am the Lord your power.
Okay, because why? Because that's the first Sabbath of the month. Okay?
As you got in the precept, new moons.
1 Samuel chapter 20 and verse 24. So David hid himself in the field, and when the new moon was come, the king sat him down to eat meat. And the king sat upon his seat, as at other times, even upon a seat by the wall. And Jonathan arose, and Abner sat by Saul's side, and David's place was empty. Nevertheless, Saul spake not anything that day, for he thought something had befallen him. He is not clean. Surely he is not clean.
He is not clean because, alright, what will make you unclean? Dealing with a woman. Okay? Dealing with a woman. Because on a Sabbath, you're not supposed to deal with a woman. Okay? Because you're gonna get that?
Yeah.
Alright. The Sabbath you're not supposed to deal with a woman. They call it what's the word, compilation? You know, which is basically the secretion of bartholin glands and when you bust a nut. Alright, that's what that is. Okay? That's what your compilation is, dealing with a man and a woman. Alright, so basically you ain't supposed to be getting off on the Sabbath. Alright? Go ahead.
This is Leviticus 15, verse 16. And if any man's seed of copulation go out from him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water, and be unclean until the even. And every garment and every skin whereon is the seed of copulation shall be washed with water, and be unclean until the even. The woman also with whom man shall lie with seed of copulation, they shall both bathe themselves in water and be unclean unto the even.
Yeah, so you're not supposed to be unclean on the Sabbath. Okay? You're supposed to be clean on the Sabbath, so you're not supposed to be getting down with your woman. Alright, so really it's the other man. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot here about that. So, you know, I was talking about the fluids of the woman. You know, basically it's dealing with the seed of the man. Alright? Say you shoot off, shit go on a bra, she gotta throw a bra in whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know, go on a weave, she gotta take the weave out, throw it in the microwave, you know? I'm just joking.
Isaiah 58:13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thy own ways, nor finding thy own pleasure, nor speaking thy own words.
Alright, but I gotta finish the other one. Alright? So you can break that down real quick, because it kind of...
Okay. It says, if thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, like he said, it's the holy day, so you're supposed to keep it holy. You're supposed to be, you know, try to be clean. You're not supposed to have no pleasure upon yourself. It says, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thy own ways, nor finding thy own pleasure, nor speaking thy own words. So you're not supposed to have no pleasure on the Sabbath day, because it's your day of rest. Your day of rest from your woman, your day of rest from work, your day of rest from selling and all of that.
Yep. Alright, yeah, go back in Samuel. So so basically overall what we're saying is that you're not supposed to be dealing with your woman on the Sabbath. Alright? So let's keep that in mind when we read Samuel's, alright? We're gonna read it from the jump. Go ahead.
1 Samuel 20 and 24. So David hid himself in the field, and when the new moon was come, the king sat down to eat meat. Sat him down to eat meat. And the king sat upon his seat as at other times, even upon a seat by the wall. And Jonathan arose, and Abner sat by Saul's side, and David's place was empty. Nevertheless, Saul spake not anything that day.
Yeah, they were having a feast on a new moon. This is the first Sabbath of the month, the beginning of the month. Alright? The new moon is the beginning of the month, and it's the first Sabbath of the month. And it's declared the seventh day. Okay? But according to that month, it is declared the first day. Okay? But according to the Most High, how he made the world, it is the seventh day. Okay? And it just keeps on starting over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it does that. But according to the moon, that begins that month. Alright? So it ain't hard, it ain't rocket science. Alright? Go ahead.
And it says, nevertheless, Saul spake not anything that day, but he thought something had befallen him. He is not clean. Surely he is not clean.
Yeah, it was like he hadn't been dealing with a woman. Okay, go ahead.
And it came to pass on the morrow, which was the second day of the month, that David's place was empty. And Saul said unto Jonathan his son, wherefore cometh not the son of Jesse to meet?
So on the second day, okay, you're unclean to even. So on the second day, hey, you should show up. David didn't show up. Go ahead.
Wherefore cometh not the son of Jesse to meet, neither yesterday or today? And Jonathan answered Saul, David earnestly asked leave of me to go to Bethlehem.
Alright, so that's all the way to 26. Where you at now?
That was 28.
Alright, that's all I wanted, all the way to 26, so we done with that.
Okay.
Alright, you got something?
Yeah. Got a couple of things. This is I'll start off with this one. Psalms 81:3 says, blow up the trumpet in the new moon, and in the time appointed on our solemn feast day.
Yep, blow the trumpet on the new moon, okay? Because that's the first Sabbath of the month. Alright, go ahead.
This is that's it to that one. This is Isaiah 1 and 14.
I read down.
What the Psalms?
They read down like a couple of verses.
Okay, can I read it? Psalms 81 and 3. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our solemn feast day. For this was a statute for Israel, and a law of the Most High, the law of the power of Jacob.
Yeah, so Nate, are you blowing the trumpet on the new moon? Okay? Because there was a statute from the Most High. Okay?
Law, boy.
Alright, so you keeping that? Alright? You know, not according to that. They ain't got nothing to do with the Gregorian calendar right there. Okay, go ahead.
This he ordained in Joseph for a testimony when he went throughout the land of Egypt, where I heard a language that I understood not. Okay. This is Isaiah 1 and 14. Your new moons and your appointed feast days my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me, and weary to bear them. That's when the Lord was basically getting on Israel in Isaiah the first chapter.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, when dealing with the Sabbath, that's kind of
Matter of fact, I can bring it back.
that's kind of like off the subject, so to speak. But we'll still get on it. It's basically with 2/3 when they were celebrating, or the wicked of Israel was worshiping the Sabbath. They was doing dirt. You know what I'm saying? They was being wicked, but they'll celebrate the Sabbath, just like the same as people from church, do wicked in the streets, and then on Sunday they want to go to church. Okay, so that's what they were doing. There was whatever they were doing. You know what I'm saying? Breaking the laws, but then you want to keep the Sabbath or keep the high holy days. Like the Lord is going to override everything you were doing. Okay, but the Lord was basically saying He ain't dealing with that. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna back it up. Verse 13. It says, "Bring no more vain oblations. Incense is an abomination unto me. The new moons and Sabbaths, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with. It is iniquity, even the solemn meeting. Your new moons, your appointed feasts, my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them." So it brings it all in context when it says, because like he said, the Lord wasn't rocking with that. He wasn't feeling that. He said it was an abomination to him, the new moons and the Sabbaths. You know what I'm saying? Every time you hear new moon and Sabbath, it's always in the same sentence.
Right,
so why wouldn't it?
Go ahead.
So why wouldn't it matter? Why are those two always connected like that, Nate?
Second. Yep, 2 Kings 1:23. We always synonymous. All right.
2 Kings chapter 4 verse 23. And he said, "Wherefore wilt thou go to him today? It is neither new moon nor Sabbath." And he said, "It shall be well."
Go ahead.
Then she saddled an ass and said to her servant, "Drive and go forward. Slack not thy riding for me, except I bid thee." So she went and came unto the man of the Most High to Mount Carmel, and it came to pass when the man of the Most High saw her afar off, and he said to the Gehazi his servant, "Behold, yonder is that Shunammite. Run now, I pray thee, to meet her, and say unto her, It is well with thee."
Yep. So the point is in 23 when it says neither new moon or Sabbath. Okay. Just like the brother just said, that new moon and Sabbath are always synonymous. Okay. I'm just gonna run through a couple of them. You could drop that.
I got one more. And this
Okay.
is talking about in the kingdom. Isaiah
66:23.
Isaiah 66:23. Matter of fact, I'm starting at 22. "For as the new heavens and the new earth which I will make shall remain before me, said the Most High, so shall your seed and your name remain." Talking about Israel. "And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, said the Most High."
Because it's the time of the be focusing on the Most High, to be purging yourself, okay, to just be chilling out. It's the Most High's day, okay, it should be quiet, you know, just resting and relaxing, okay, not necessarily quiet, but just when I say quiet, it's like no business and everybody got to run frantic, you know, you just chilling out, okay. So, and it says the new moons and the Sabbath day, synonymous, okay. You mean and that's it, and it shall come to pass, like the brother said, as future terms. Okay, because we ain't gonna go into too much of this, but I'm just gonna go all through it to show you how the Sabbath and the moon are synonymous. Okay. I'm gonna get this last one. It's kind of off brand, but we're gonna get it still anyway. We're gonna go into Colossians 2:16. Okay.
Colossians
2:16. That's pretty much gonna round it up right there. You know. This subject ain't nothing to be drugged out. It's like really like a straight to the point type of thing, you know.
Colossians 2:16. Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink or in respect of an holy day or of new moon or of the Sabbath days.
Why is all that put together, man? Because meat and drink, you know, those is talking about the feast days, okay, and then it goes into what it says. Let no man therefore judge you in meat and drink or in respect of an holy day, okay, or the new moon or the Sabbath. All these things are synonymous because a lot of the you have to declare your high holy days are declared by the Sabbath, okay, because the new moon is the first Sabbath, which is the beginning of the month, okay, just like the 14th day of the month of Abib. The month of Abib is declared by that new moon, okay. Once that new moon is there, okay, that night, that's when that day starts. The day starts at night. All right, that's the first day of that month. 14 days later, which is 2 sevens, which means what? You're going to get into the third seventh day, so to speak. Okay, or the third Sabbath. All right, which is what? That's the beginning of the Passover. Then you wait a week. All right, during that week is unleavened feast of unleavened bread. Then the next next set of 7 is the next Sabbath.
Holy convocation too.
You know, in seven, it continues 7 if it lands on just like right. What is it? This is the last Sabbath of this month. Okay, which is Saturday sundown. Just like I said, the day starts at night. All right. Saturday sundown. Okay. That's the beginning of the day. Now today is Sunday. Okay. Once the sun goes down, it's day 2. Okay. So that's how it works. Now every Saturday sundown, that's the Sabbath. That's how it works. Every Saturday sundown, that's the Sabbath. Just like you got Monday, you count to 7, you're going to get back to Monday, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Well, it's Genesis 1:1.
Oh, really, it's 8, Salakia. You know? But the 7th day, you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, start over. And that's how it lands. That's what I meant by that, Salakia.
Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, the powers created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the spirit of the powers moved upon the face of the waters. And the power said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And the power saw the light, that it was good, and the powers divided the light from the darkness, and the powers called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day.
Yeah, the evening and the morning we'll call the first day. The evening, when you wake up in the morning, you don't tell nobody good evening. Okay? What is it? It's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. All right, but good evening is basically that's the sundown. Okay, that's basically sundown. All right, good night is the same thing. Okay, just like good morning, good afternoon, it's the same thing. It's just later on in that period of the watch. Okay. Is there any more?
Nah. Well, you want me to get to Daniel's about Antiochus changing the times.
Yeah, we can get that. We're gonna get just a couple more. I wanna
Should go on here. Chronicles.
what is that?
Basically, like you said, that the Sabbath, new moon, the feast days all in the same.
Yeah, we already went through all that. We already went through all that. I don't want to be repetitious with it.
Kind of.
Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws.
The so-called white man thought to change times and laws. All right, Nate probably, knowing Nate wicked ass, he'll try to act like we're doing that. We're continuing, and that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Why that's through the Spirit. Continuing the things which thou hast learned, okay? Which we read on the highways. But we're going to read it again. Read that again, though.
Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws.
Yep, think to change times and laws. The high holy days, the Sabbath, all right? The laws, what you can sacrifice, okay? What's edible, what's not edible. All right, what Nate is doing, he ain't doing nothing. He got the spirit of Antiochus on him, man. All right, doing that wicked shit he's doing. Okay, he's being worldly, being carnal. All right.
Now the Khazars, don't the Khazars do Friday to Saturday Sabbath?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's comfy. That's comfy right there, and he does it.
Yeah, I believe Nate and them do it too.
Yeah, they're Saturday. All right, because brother Ash, who I spoke to, which was affiliated with you, when I spoke to, when I was watching that sit down of him breaking down the Most High's name, he had the number on there. Shit, that's the first person I had spoke to as far as, you know, being an Israelite. And all I know is a brother named Ash, so-called brother named Ash. And I asked him about the Sabbath, and he said his explanation to me was that we don't, you know, it's too complicated to deal with that. We just keep it simple and do Friday, Saturday. I'm busy, brother. I hit you up right back, hit you up real quick. I'm busy. You know, then when they hit you with that hotline, they always busy and they gotta go. You know, just like with the brother, with the other video of us dealing with the confines.
I was just about to say that.
They're busy. They gotta go.
Yeah, well, I'm actually at this meeting up here in New York, so I have to hit you back.
Yeah,
What it say? The wicked fleeth and the no man pursueth.
that's right.
I'm gonna finish this up. It says, they shall be given into his hand until a time and a dividing of time.
Yeah, and we're in them times.
Yeah.
But we're coming out of them times also. But the solidification of that time, of the solidification of the ending of that time, is the destruction of America, the salvation that's gonna come from Yahushua. Okay, when the New Jerusalem comes. But guess what? We're still gonna be keeping the Sabbath according to the new moons, according to the moons. We ain't gonna have no new calendar after the Gregorian calendar. We're gonna go back to the old calendar, and we're gonna call it the new calendar. Okay? We're gonna tell the world this is the new way you count your days and your months, and it's gonna be the old way. All right? Just like they call it the new moon. It's the same moon. All right? You got that?
No, I had a precept going which said it's gonna be the same thing in the kingdom.
Okay, yeah. I want to continue the things that thou hast learned. Go ahead and read your precept real quick.
This is Matthew 24, verse 35. It said, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away.
Yep, the Most High Word will never pass away. All right, just like the Passover, okay? Just like all the other high holy days. All right, we're gonna be keeping all those high holy days. Ain't nothing gonna change. Okay, you only add on unto. You know, in them days it would probably be a high holy day for the destruction of America. You know, because we will celebrate that. You know.
This is 2 Timothy 3 and 14. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them.
Yeah, continue thou with things which you have learned, which is according to the Bible. The Gregorian calendar has no validity when you're dealing with the scriptures.
It's not accurate.
Yeah, it's not accurate, and it's not accurate. You know? Go ahead.
And that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith which is in Yahweh Shai. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction.
Yep, and that's what we're using to reprove and correct Nate and his followers. You know, we call them the Decepticons. You know, because they're like I said, they're like robots. You know, wicked robots.
And they change.
And they change.
Too often.
They change, transform. You know.
The scripture say a fool changes at the moon, man.
Yeah.
Meddle not with them that are given a change.
Well, Nate always changing, man. They're the Decepticons. Okay.
It says, and it is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness.
For instruction and righteousness, man. But wait, we're the wicked ones. That's why Nate don't want you to listen to us, man. Because the truth it say you can't gainsay nor resist, man. Y'all ain't gonna be able to resist the truth.
Yeah.
We're gonna start making sense.
Yep.
You know? You listen to it long enough, we're gonna start making sense. The elders gonna tell us start listening to bodies, whatever she wanna do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If anybody watch somebody and fall off into it, to that madness, they were never meant to be in a fold anyway. That's all that meant.
I was just about to say that. See, they thinking carnal. They like, well, if they don't listen to them, they stay with us. But the truth is going to do what it's supposed to do. You know, by you saying don't listen to them, that should trigger something in their mind. Well, why don't he want to listen to them? You know, but the spirit is going to go upon who is meant to go upon.
All right, go ahead. That's it to that?
No, it's a little bit more to it. This last verse 17. It says, I'll read 16 with it. It says, all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High.
Like the one in Sirach, was that Sirach 43 we read? That's given by inspiration of the Most High. Okay, go ahead.
And is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of the Most High may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
Yep, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. Okay? You want to be what is the furnace? It's the precepts. The foundation is scriptures. You know? That's what your furnishment is. Okay, you gotta have that in you, the truth. Okay, go ahead.
This is 1 John chapter 2, verse 24. Let that therefore abide in you which ye have heard from the beginning.
Yeah, which you have heard from the beginning. The 7th day is the day of rest. The new moon declares the month. Okay, the new moon is the first Sabbath. Okay, go ahead.
If that which ye have heard from the beginning shall remain in you, ye also shall continue in the Son and in the Father.
You also shall continue in the Son and in the Father. Yahweh Shai. Which that's why you can tell. That's why Nate is going off into the world, man. That's why y'all niggas. That's why we call y'all the Decepticons. Cause you gotta be a robot to not realize from when you first started with this nigga to now, he's doing record labels and shit, and you like cunning that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't like what's up with the why we ain't spending that money on going on the highway? Whatever. This ain't about money. Like we said earlier, why you investing in destruction, man? Anybody got something?
They got plans, huh? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got a plan of action.
They got a plan of action. Cause when you watch their video, with the officers of 10s, officers of 20s, the last question that he asked everybody, in the next 10 years, where do you see yourself? You know what I'm saying? So they ain't got They ain't got plans to be here, you know what I'm saying, but a short time. They don't see the ends right now. You know what I'm saying? One brother said, and I give him credit, he did say, Lord willing, you know what I'm saying, he's on a chariot, but then he followed that by, he said, we have our own community where the Israelites can be amongst each other, and we can trade and we can sell amongst each other, and we got to worry about no Edomite. You want the kingdom, and
That ain't gonna never happen because we under the curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter.
The curses too.
Okay. Yeah, until the Lord deliver us.
Yeah, it said we would be under there. It said no man shall buy you, meaning redeem us, and until the Lord comes.
So they can't redeem you. They may act like that that there can't be one man, but he's bringing out the sky, so you don't follow nobody but him. Nate's he's a deceptive nigga, man. You know? Yep. He's a Megacon. He ain't Megatron, he's Megacon. Y'all the Decepticons. You know? Following his ways. You know? Just take a step back, you know, to y'all niggas, man. Address Nate, man. And if you want to still follow him, go ahead. Alright? But at least give yourself a chance. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just rolling with what he's saying, and if he don't like it, then you wicked and you ain't right. You know? Cause that nigga ain't right, man. You know, everybody supposed to be deserved the opportunity to make their own decisions. You know, so called. You know what I'm saying? Cause the elders, they always say if you wanna do what you wanna do, you can hit the road. Shit. Just hit the road. If you feel played, just hit the road. Kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It don't mean nothing but what it is, man. You can listen to what you want to listen to. If you feel some type of way and you like that shit, go ahead. Alright? You know, but you, as a man of law, you should be able to listen to all these things and use that foolishness as a weapon. Like, how you think we know about what Nate's doing? We listening to him. You know? And we ain't persuaded by those foolishness, man. That dumbass shit he's coming up with. Alright?
I got a precept.
Okay.
This is Second Colossians. I'm sorry, Colossians chapter 2, verse 6. The point is in 8. It says, "As ye therefore receive Yahushua the Lord, so walk ye in him, rooted,
Go ahead.
rooted and built up in him, established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahushua."
The Gregorian calendar, rudiments of the world, being a rap, one of the best rappers of the world, Deacon ASAP, you know, nigga's garbage. He's garbo. You nigga rap like Soldier Boy, man. You know.
Correct these fools.
Yeah, that was the point to that precept.
Yeah. So basically, you're supposed to continue in the Bible. All right, that's it. Everything else is just here. It doesn't have any value to it. You know, it's a broken cistern. You know. All right. And with that being said, I'm gonna say all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and Shalom.